What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. Those of you that are coming for the first time, I'm Frank, and this is Morals Over Money. Those of y'all that are returning, thank you once again. So today I want to talk about cravings, right? I get a lot of people in my DMs that send me emails and just ask me about cravings. How do I deal with cravings? What do I do when I get cravings? The best advice that I could give you, the easiest piece of advice, right? It will pass. One thing guaranteed, a craving doesn't last forever. When I was newer in my recovery, my cravings would come and they would feel like they'd last forever. But they did like some scientific proof and say that cravings only last right around 7 seconds if we don't entertain them, right? But who doesn't entertain their cravings? It's so easy to entertain them. We have to find different ways of coping with our problems or whatever it is that brings upon those cravings, right? So for me, one of my biggest things I used to like to use when I was hurting, when I was emotionally in some pain, right? If I was stressed out, if I had anxiety going on, I would always, that would be my go-to. That would be my excuse to use. And I would always end up picking up. So when I first got clean, those are things that I had to watch out for, right? A lot of people, we also have triggers, right? So cravings and triggers, they sort of go in the same playing field. They sort of go, along the same road. So now what do I do to deal with them, right? Because that's what a lot of people ask me. Advice that I tell people and for myself is don't pick up. One thing I know for a fact and can guarantee you also is that if we take a craving, right, and we give it some type of thought, not good. It's definitely not good. For me, when I get my cravings, I have to dismiss them right away, right? I just look around me. If I'm around my family, I look around me and I'll be like, okay, I got my son sitting over there, my daughter's over there, my wife is over there, Mercy's over here. If I pick up, I'm losing all that, right? It might not happen in the first day, but it's gonna happen. That I know for sure. Because with me and with a lot of other addicts, 1 is too many and 1,000 is never enough. That old saying in the rooms is so very true. So now, like I said, and when I was newer in my recovery, the cravings would happen a lot more frequently and it would seem like they were a lot stronger. Now that I got a little bit of time under my belt, about, a little over 4 years clean, thank God that my cravings don't come as often. And when I first got clean, I was on the Vivitrol shot for the first 6 months. I speak about the Vivitrol shot a lot here on the channel. So if that's something you'd like me to break down a little bit more for y'all, let me know in the comments and I'll break it down and do a video specifically on the Vivitrol shot and what it's for, right? So my first 6 months I spent on the Vivitrol shot. I was on the shot, and the Vivitrol shot helps to alleviate cravings. Believe me, it seemed as if my brain was somehow rewired to before I started using, before I ever picked up a drug, when I was on that Vivitrol shot. Cravings, they were pretty much non-existent, to be honest with you. And then about 6 months into my recovery, I said, you know what? I want to get off this shot and I want to see if I can do this on my own. Which at the time when I said that, I remember when I told Rachel, I said, babe, I'm about to get off this shot. She was like, whoa, she was like, are you sure? And, we had a long conversation about that. And the same thing I told my sponsor, I said, yo, it's time I get off this shot. And same thing, they were worried. He's like, you sure that's what you want to do? Frank, you're doing really good. You're able to put some time together. Like I said, I had about 6 months clean at the time. And I said, yeah, I'm sure this is what I want to do. I don't want to be on this shot forever. That wasn't my plan. My plan was never to be on the shot forever. So I said, sooner or later, I'm going to have to, walk out into the world without being on this shot. So let's get it out the way and let's do it right now. I talked to my doctor. I got the shot the next month because you get the shot once a month, right? So I went in for my next appointment, got the shot. And then in between getting that shot and the month that it wears off, I started putting into place things that I needed to do for myself. They were sort of like boundaries and letting people know that were close to me. Look, I'm going to be getting off this shot. Within the next month, it's going to be wearing off. I'm not going to go back and get it. So if you see me acting this certain type of way, if something happens in my life that becomes a stressor to me, or if I'm frustrated, or if you see these little things, you know, I had to literally go and tell this to my support system. Tell Rachel, look, if you see me working too much, if you see me getting stressed out, if you see me getting angry, if you see me irritable, if you see me depressed, pull my card, because those are the triggers for me to use, right? So I did that and sort of educated those closest around me on what to look for, you know, what are my symptoms that I'm about to pick up and go on a run. And I did that, right? Then the month came where the shot wore off, because the shot only works for about 28 days, right? That 28th day came, and I said, all right, I'm out here on my own. And I've always been the type of person, I don't like to procrastinate with stuff. If I'm going to do something, I like to step on the gas and get it done. I don't like to be one of those people with training wheels and stuff like that. Push me down a hill and I'm either going to learn how to ride the bike or I'm going to get scraped up on the way down. That's sort of the way I am. It's not always a good thing, but that's just the way I am. That's the way God made me, and I'm cool with it now, right? So I remember when I first started getting those cravings, because like I said, when I was on the shot, they were pretty much non-existent. So the cravings started coming, and I had to learn to deal with them. At first, I don't remember if it was too much work or whatever it was, you know, just going on in my life, that I got a craving, and the craving came, and it was that little voice in the back of your head telling you, Frank, you worked hard, you deserve to get high, right? Or Frank, you're stressed out, and how do people deal with their stress and their hurt? Go get high. That's how you dealt with it in the past. Go do it, right? And I literally had to sit down and talk to myself, and I look around. Anytime I get those cravings now, that's exactly what I do. I look around the room and I see everything. And if there's family, and listen, I could be in the car by myself, and if I get a craving, I'll look around the car and I'll be like, this car will be gone. That camera you have in the back, that'll be gone. That computer you got, that's going to be gone, you know. And if I'm driving to work, your business is going to be gone. And not saying that I'm going to go and sell my stuff or anything like that, but saying the life that I'm going to end up leading, once I pick up and start getting high again, all that shit is going to be gone, because I'm either going to be in prison, if I'm lucky, or I'm going to be dead, right? That's just the way it goes. When we're out there ripping and running in the streets, we're on borrowed time. You know, so people always ask me, Frank, how do you deal with your cravings? How do you deal with all that stuff? That's the first thing I do. I take an evaluation of what's around me. Everything I can see, I take evaluation of that, right? And I say, okay, do I want to give up my children? Do I want to give up my family? Do I want to give up my peace of mind, right? Because peace of mind is priceless. And those of us that haven't had a peace of mind, those are the ones that truly know just how priceless a peace of mind is, right? So listen, when you get those cravings, one thing I can tell you is don't pick up. There's no problem that's going to be solved with getting high, because the second we pick up, we're going to go through that routine. We're going to get high, and we're going to feel good for about 2 minutes. And then guilt's going to come in, and we're going to start kicking ourselves in the ass. And if we were able to put 6 months together, or 5 years together, or 20 years together of clean time, all that shit's out the window, and we're going to have to start back at square one, right? And that's only goes for those of us that are able to pick up and use one time. The majority of us, we can't do that. The majority of us, we pick up one time and we're going to go on a run. And we're going to lose so much shit in the course of that week run, 6 month run, whatever it might be. That's just the way it goes. So just remember, there's no problem that's going to be solved by getting high. That's what I tell myself. So my best advice to anybody struggling with cravings is take evaluation of what you see, right? Look at everything around you and evaluate it and say, am I willing to trade my family to get high? The answer should always be no, all right? And listen, and if we slip up and pick up and relapse, so be it. So be it. Keep it pushing. We don't have to turn a bad day into a bad week, and then turn a bad week into a bad year, and a bad year into bad 5 years. We don't have to do that. So my best advice for people struggling with cravings and stuff like that is to, number one, educate those around you and tell them your signs. Tell them the red flags to be aware of. Tell them, look, if you see me doing this or acting like this or doing this, pull my coat, pull me to the side and talk to me. If you love me, talk to me, right? Because you're essentially helping to save my life. That's what it comes down to. And number 2, don't entertain that craving. When the craving comes, let it come and pass. You know, think about stuff that you have going on. It's the holidays. Think about, all right, if I start getting high December 25th, while we're supposed to be opening up gifts, I'm either going to be feeling like shit, or I'm going to be nodding off, or I'm going to be on a run to the city. Think about all that stuff, man. So I thank you guys. Stay blessed. Hit me in the comments. Let me know how you deal with your cravings, how you deal with your urges. And if there's any other specific topics that you'd like to hear, hit me in the comments and let me know also. So I thank you guys. Hit that like button, subscribe button. And I thank you. Stay blessed, y'all.